Hello friends, ISO Certification Training Institute welcomes you to this deep learning session on revealing benefits of ISO 9001 certification, in just about the time you enjoy your hot cup of coffee. ISO 9000 series of standards refer to the quality management system. It is also referred as QMS standard, where Q is quality, M is management, and S is for system. ISO 9001 provides a set of standardized requirements for a quality management system, which the organizations are required to implement and seek certification against. There are much more than 1 million organizations currently certified to the standard globally. It is therefore leader in not only quality management systems, but within all management systems. ISO 9001 is called mother standard among all the ISO standards and forms the basis of BPMS, which is Business Process Management System. It is advised that organizations ought to implement ISO 9001 QMS first and foremost, before implementing other ISO standards, since it lays the foundation of process and system management in the organization. ISO 9001 Quality Management System is applicable to both service sector industries as well as manufacturing sector industries. The ISO 9001 QMS standard is adaptable to any size of company, large or small, multinational or local, public or private, as it offers the same scalable benefits for each organization. The ISO 9001 standard provides a framework of globally recognized principles of quality management, including customer focus, leadership, involvement of people, process approach to management, continual improvement, factual approach to decision-making, and mutually beneficial supplier relationships. These are also known as the key principles of quality management. Central, provincial, and local governments have made quality management system certification mandatory in their tender requirements. ISO 9001 is an internationally recognized standard, with certification ensuring organizations meet a high level of quality. By asking for ISO 9001 from contractors, suppliers, vendors or service providers, the public sector can prove it is spending taxpayers' money wisely, whilst not having to waste time and energy checking an organization's credentials. With ISO 9001 certification from an accredited body, the certificate does all the talking. With ISO 9001 being revered within government then, it is no surprise that almost all tender winners are ISO 9001 certified. Depending on the type of industry, there can be many legal and regulatory requirements that the organization must conform to prior to seeking ISO 9001 certification, because these compliance obligations are pre-qualification requirements that the organization must fulfill. Going through ISO 9001 implementation ensures the organization meets all current legislation, thus saving any potential embarrassment related to regulations. Insurance organizations provide incentive to businesses in order to have ISO 9001 certification, which ensures fulfilling compliance obligations and reduced risk levels. Many companies find that their insurance premiums are therefore reduced when they have ISO 9001, thanks to the additional aspect of having third-party verification. Dear professionals, in the world, there are two types of organizations. The ones who have got ISO certificate somehow as a compulsion. Generally, these organizations have short lifespan due to syntax error and thoughts designs. And there are those who have earned it by learning A to Z of the management system, such that seed of learning yields growth of the organization. And implemented the management system well to earn ISO certificate. For these organizations, achieving ISO certification is one of the many benefits of well-implemented ISO standard. Friends, you observe that, just like a well-disciplined human body, big or small, comprises of various processes and systems, in seamless actions, like respiratory system, circulatory systems, digestive system, assimilation system, etc. Similarly, organizations, big or small, be it manufacturing or service sector, need to have well-managed resources, technology, processes, and systems that deliver promised output consistently, in an efficient and effective manner. It takes various disciplines like QMS, EMS, OSAS, ITSM, ISMS, FSMS, BCMS, ENMS to run a well-managed business processes. ISO certification is a third-party assessment that checks the degree of compliance of the specific management system to requirements of the international standards such as ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 20001, ISO 27001, ISO 22301, ISO 22000, etc. Of course, it takes rock-solid learning to have thorough understanding, interpretation, implementation and periodic self-assessment to derive infinite benefits of a well-earned ISO certification. Just like components of the watch are interdependent, an organization has many dependencies within the department, between the departmental, downstream such as suppliers, vendors, contractors or service providers, distributors, and upstream such as clients, customers, end users, besides other stakeholders like investors, promoters, board of directors, regulatory bodies, government agencies, society, and media, etc. ISO in Greek is called ISO, which means equal. A well-implemented ISO standard makes everybody in the supply chain, internally or externally, speak and understand the same language of ISO standard and brings suppliers, manufacturer, distributors, customers, consumers at par globally with each other when referring to processes and systems required to achieve defined outputs, including products and services. ISO certification helps in gaining and enhancing the confidence of all interested parties by demonstrating system assurance. Organizations are like individuals that would like to engage or transact with one another on the basis of mutual trust. Trust is the key to the business relationship. Dear friends, trust is not just a word or a lip service promise, but a visible and demonstrable credible actions, which the organizations must take to meet defined purpose or need, including the unstated expectations in order to meet the contractual requirements, product codes and best practices and standards, including the technical specifications such that it fulfills the regulatory and statutory mandates such that value-added products or services are delivered at best competitive price. Key success factor is to learn how to develop and implement a matured management system from best industry experts. An organization which has earned an ISO certification by well-implemented management system, ensure that the delivered products or services consistently add value to the customer, thus maintaining the competitive edge, which means the cost of time and money starts becoming increasingly negligible with respect to the returns on investment that the organization starts gaining. immediately over a small time period in recurring manner, forever. Ensure that the organization's teams get finest understanding to implement scalable management system. Friends. An organization which has learned and implemented the ISO standard enjoys the benefit of having firm compliance to timelines for delivery of products or services, which adds to the benefit of increasing the customer delight. By achieving QCD, improved safety and security of products or services. An ISO-certified organization, only with well-implemented ISO standard, is able to gain confidence of the strategic partners, clients, customers and end users across the globe, and access new markets suiting the business needs. The thoroughly implemented ISO standard ensures the compatibility of products and services by adhering to technical codes, product standards and specifications. Dear professionals, a well-implemented ISO standard provides a lean, mean, dynamic, secured and useful documented information system, which controls the activity, service or product that is totally and absolutely fit for the intended purpose. A well-implemented ISO standard produces skill competency matrix space to arrive at role function authority definitions in place. Responsibility, with no gray area for uncertainty of roles and any room for excuses. Accountability with empowerment to take decisions and yield well-managed interfaces, fulfilling mutually well-defined needs and expectations, like OLA and SLA. ISO-certified organization having well-implemented ISO standard consistently creates a reputation and superior brand image, co-owned in the minds of all interested parties, both outside as well as within the organization. A well-implemented ISO standard encourages the organization members to work in synergy to achieve common, well-defined goals and objectives, which keep the teams motivated. ISO-certified organization having well-implemented ISO standard improves business sustainability by optimized resources by deploying 3R of reduce, reuse, recycle, thus reducing wastage. First time right or FTR score improves by reducing market returns or customer rejections and warranty issues. This eventually contributes to loss reduction and lowers cost of operations. Well-implemented ISO standard allows production to take place in a controlled manner, keeping in mind balanced scorecard of yield, performance levels, capacity monitoring and rework. ISO-certified organization having well-implemented ISO standard ensures creativity, innovation, design and development for NPD called new product development, or enhancement of the existing product, that continuously bring value on board, thus launching of new products or service to stay relevant. ISO-certified organization having well-implemented ISO standard have system and process approach based on PDCA approach, which is plan do check act, while managing processes and systems to ensure there is continual improvement, such that end result of desired products and services are achieved by activities of businesses in most secure and safe manner without compromising information security, environment and people safety. Remember 2 types of organization we spoke about in the beginning. The somehow type of organizations who get ISO certification somehow, by not implementing the ISO standard, get uprooted and perish by vagaries of the market dynamics, as if they never existed. Longevity of business is assured when ISO standard-based management system is deep-rooted, where only the organizations whose processes and systems are sure-footed, well-nurtured and well-anchored systems, deeply embedded into the DNA of the organization culture, pass the litmus test of survival of the fittest. How many oranges or apples reside in a seed? Countless. Provided if one is taught how to nurture with care well enough. Similarly, the key success factor for an organization is how well it is willing to learn how to implement ISO standard. So that ISO certification is one of the countless fruits. It is not important that an organization has got ISO certification, but how it has accomplished and how it has earned the certification. The ISO implementation learning should be of so high order that the organization is in forever audit readiness state. If there is 11th hour rush to prepare for the ISO audit, it indicates that ISO implementation learning has been immensely compromised, and the organization is missing out on countless lost dollars that your business deserves. Keen to know why our training are addictive to the industry? We teach the teachers of the industry. Our highly experienced industry expert, IRCA principal auditor faculty teach Fortune 500 organizations, Big Four consulting firms, and lead assessors of national certification bodies. Come, learn from the best to survive and to remain relevant.